So I think actually Gen Z will kill 90% of all businesses, and most businesses are afraid that they're going to be disrupted by technology or by artificial intelligence. And actually I think that the Generation Z is the biggest threat to all companies. So let me explain. The Gen Z is the generation after the millennials, and so these are mostly people between 15 and 25 right now. And obviously they behave very differently than the previous generations. So they've all grown up with a mobile phone, they all watch YouTube instead of television, they watch esports instead of football, they use TikTok instead of Facebook, they use Airbnb instead of hotels, they care a lot about climate change and sustainability, they prefer to ride e-scooters over cars, they love second-hand clothing, and also they eat a lot less meat than previous generations. And I'm afraid that 90% of all businesses won't be able to adapt to this new generation. So they don't share the same values, they won't sell the right products, and they won't market through the right channels. And as a consequence, these companies won't be able to attract Gen Z, not as customers, but also not as employees to work for them. And for the companies, obviously this is a huge threat, but it can also be a big opportunity if and only if they can change their mindset and adapt their strategies. I mean, for instance, even a company like Louis Vuitton is sponsoring esports nowadays. But to be honest, I think 90% of all companies will be much too lazy. They will dismiss Gen Z as some kids who don't have any money and who you don't have to take seriously. And I mean, that's fine if you don't take them seriously, but then you'll be out of business pretty soon. And my advice to all companies would be to worry less about blockchain at the moment and worry more about actually understanding your customers. So what do you think? Is Gen Z really all that different from previous generations? Or is it just a lot of hype? And do you think that their different media and consumption behavior could disrupt your company? And is your company ready to adapt to this new generation? Let me know in the comments below.